Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 15 of Multiblock Madness. Last episode we set up our first Tech Reborn machine and it's doing its thing. I set it up to batchcraft a stack of basic circuits and it's been running for like the last half hour, I'm not kidding. How long does it take? It takes 80 seconds to make a single circuit. I don't know why Tech Reborn is like this. But anyways, today I would like to continue down our progress here, and with any luck, make speed upgrades. Unfortunately, they're gated by thermal, so we have to go all the way down through here, this quest, and then we can make overclockers. By the time we get there, we've also gotten to light logistics. Whatever, let's struggle our way through this crappy mod and then try to get applied logistics things today. I think that's my goal anyways. So from where we are, the next machine to make is the wire mill. This looks quite reasonable. I might need to set up a system that we can just batchcraft these, I guess. They're not that expensive. We just need a lot of basic machine frames, and at 20 refined iron per, they're not cheap. Oh well. Wire mill does just as its name suggests, it makes wires. It's also painfully slow by default, so do I really want to take 10 seconds to make wires? I mean, not really, but we have what we have, and I think it's required for certain types of wires. Next step is to make the empower, so let's see. Is there anything in here? Ooh, 2 machine frames. I guess it's just 2 machine frames total. Okay, that's not too bad. I guess the wire mill does have one good thing, and that is it finally lets us make gold cable. So if or gold wire, oh dear, that uses more energy than I can pump into the machine, whatever. I'm going to queue up a bunch of these. The lack of whatever these insulated gold cables was keeping me from making advanced coils before. And advanced coils gate a lot of things, but perhaps most importantly, they allow me to make lasers. So I can make item lasers for things now. We'll get into item lasers probably a bit more later on. But for now, these are used to make the display stands. So we should get 5 display stands, I believe. And just make them all advanced. No, I thought I had 11 basic coils. All in all, 5 display stands plus a double battery and a couple casings makes an empower. So that should be all the blocks we need for it. But in order to actually run it efficiently, I'm going to add a item interface and start breaking out the item lasers. So that looks pretty easy. Yes. I don't know why simple storage is so like, no, it has to be that chest. I'm not going to grab this chest for you automatically. Well, fine, simple storage, if you insist. Anyways, to make lasers, we pay out the butt for them, apparently. Jeez, they use a lot of redstone. Bunch of that, and just making as many as we can. 6 is apparently as many as we can. Alright, that's 24 lasers, that's enough. At least for the time being. Phew. Fluid lasers are good too. Energy lasers are pretty bad. But we'll probably be using both fluid and item lasers in the future. Alright, let's set this up. So the empower is consisted of the display stands and the empower itself. Power has to go into the display stands, and they have to be set up with, I believe it's 2 blocks air between them. Like so. To hook up the lasers, you need 1 item interface. This is what actually interacts with the lasers, and all inventories connected to the item interface are treated as if they were a single inventory. So if I connect everything together, any items that get piped into the item interface will get placed onto one of these lasers. It's kind of like the way a drawer controller works. So I want to prioritize the center slot so that the items go into the center first. And then if I want to craft something, let's get a hopper. This is more relevant once we're into the stage with applied logistics, because you can just point your what's it called? Emmy interface right up against this item interface and pipe into there. But any item we place in here tries to get inserted into the empower if it can, but because the piece of coal I place cannot, it gets, and ends up getting placed there. So anyways, this basically means that the Empower is really easy to set up once we have applied energistics. All we then need is some way to empty it out. So we will, for now, empty it into a chest, I guess. Although, again, later, in fact, even soon, we will be emptying it directly into applied energistics. Is that pointed at it? I think so. All right, so what is the first thing we have to empower? I guess we have to make an compressor so we can make advanced frames. What in the advanced machine frame requires compressors, though? I see. The plates have to, or the dense plates have to be made in the compressor or the pressurizer, but I can't imagine we can make a pressurizer yet. This is not a recipe I really want to be crafting by hand often at all. There's so many steps. So intermedium, let's just count the steps to make one dense intermedium plate, right? We have to make the intermedium plate from the intermedium ingot on one machine. We have to make the ingot, which is made from prudentium and the essence, but we have to craft the essence, we have to craft the ingot in a different machine. The ingot, this ingot itself is, I don't even know what machine we make it in. We make the fluid form. Yeah, how are we supposed to make prudentium ingots? Hold up. Oh, here we go. We mix infernium with prudentium essence in a third different machine. For this, we have to get prudentium essence and, infernium. I assume we can melt down infernium essence. Like, there's just way too many steps for me to bother trying to make this. So I honestly think until we have auto crafting, it might be easier to loot these. They come out of nether fortresses, strongholds, and strongholds. So we just have to probably go loot nether fortresses for them. Probably faster to loot these off nether fortresses than try to craft them. But I have 2, so hopefully 2 is enough to get us to applied energistics. Once they have applied energistics, it's all it's at least semi-automated, which helps a lot. So anyways, we need a rolling machine. This is basic frames, good. And what do we make in here that we can't make elsewhere? Oh, we can directly make sheet metal out of blocks. That's actually quite nifty, as opposed to taking blocks, turning them into plates, and then into sheet metal. All right, so anyways, rolling machine. Now, the thing about the rolling machine is for automation purposes, each machine is really only good for one recipe. But for now, our one rolling machine, if we're using it by hand, can handle all of our recipes. All right. So with that out of the way, next we can make a blast furnace, and it wants 34 standard casings. Yikes. That is 34 divided by 4 is 36 divided by 4 is 9. I need 9 basic machine frames. This is a whole lot of refined iron. Good thing I started up a batch earlier, and we have 4 stacks. I think that's enough. I hope that's enough. When you have to make this many machine frames, I am very thankful to have the miniaturization. Unfortunately, you can't time in a bottle it. There is a block there, it's preventing me from placing this. If you look at where the red highlight is, right under the one probe display, but that thing appears to not be time in a bottleable. So I almost want to set up a second miniaturization station. But I think we're getting reasonably close to getting the 3D printer, so I'll suck it up and just print these or make these one at a time. But yeah, I pity the people that played this pack before we had these capsules. I think this one might be relatively new even. So, you had to sit here and make 10 of these by hand. Oof. I guess by this point you do have access to the copy paste gadget. So you're not completely stuck doing things by hand. 1 industrial blast furnace using one of our 2 advanced casings. And 36 of these. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So that is our blast furnace. It gives us the 2 lava buckets that go inside of it. Let's build it out over here. The good news about the blast furnace is that 1 blast furnace multi-block supports up to 4 blast furnaces. Let me show you what I mean. So the blast furnace multi-block is just where to build it? Put it here. 3x3 by 4 tall, with the center being hollow, like this. However, because the blast furnace controller goes on the outside of it, we can put up to 4 controllers on one of these. You can put 1 controller here, 1 here, 1 here, and one here. So it is pretty controller efficient anyway, or like the number of, I don't know how to describe it, the ratio of blocks of controllers is not half bad. So plug this in. We might need a higher tier cable here. I see that the blast furnace, it said it accepts up to 16k RF a tick, so it probably uses a lot more energy too. But anyways, right now we have a 1520 heat blast furnace, which can process, manulin, among other things. Right, yeah, 1500. Perfect. We can use this to upgrade our generators soon. But next step is to make manganese, and now we have this other detour to go through. So we have to make the... Oh no, I was hoping to avoid having to do this. I thought rock hounding was optional. So the rock hounding mod is a way to like process minerals and ores into other things. And it's a royal pain in the butt. It has its documentation, shall we say its documentation is lacking. It shares traits with the Tech Reborn in that sense. However, conceptually, it is pretty cool. So I think the quest book here will tell us, I assume these are all the blocks we need to get started. And I hope it holds my hand through this so we can get into nuclear craft to make manganese. Help me out here, quest book. I'm going to make all the things it asks for. I've made all the machines in this quest, and it kind of tells me what to do, but not really. So pipe metal dust into the top of the element cabinet, make sure it's a graduated cylinder, put fuel in our power station. Doesn't exactly tell me how to lay them out. So I know vaguely that you're supposed to put them like adjacent to each other in some form, and turns out I do have to correct something I said earlier. I said that this rock hounding mod was lacking in documentation. That's a lie. The rock hounding mod has a lot of documentation. It has 118 pages of documentation. I'm trying to play a game here. I'm not trying to become a chemist, right? So I don't really want to read all 118 pages, and perhaps that's on me, but we're going to try to find exactly what we're doing, and that's doing the metal alloyer and read its documentation. So page 75, 76. All right, only 2 pages. That's not so bad. So the metal alloy consists of, we have requirements, all of these blocks, assembling. There we go. All right. So layer 1, layer 2. I assume this is Y level 1, Y level 2? Is this a picture? Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so I guess I have to build that out of these blocks. The blocks themselves do have hints as to where things go. So like this here is the power side, and here's our power generator. So you have to connect, put the puzzle pieces together, right? We put this puzzle piece here. All right. And then let's see if I can guess which piece goes here without reading the book. So it'll be whichever one has a blue and yellow puzzle piece. That is yellow. Or was it this one? Uh-oh. Yellow puzzle piece. All right, we're gonna just read the book. A server goes here. I don't have a server. Okay. Let's holy text, Batman. I'm just gonna read that later. Let's make a server. What's a server? I haven't the slightest clue. Well, in any event, the server goes there. Next, we have behind it the elements cabinet. So that would be you. And I assume there's a port back there. So that's a yellow colored port next to the yellow colored port. Seems reasonable to me. And the last piece goes, the mineral cabinet touches the server and the elements cabinet. So mineral cabinet goes here. And I assume if I place it like this, yellow port touches yellow port. Sure. That looks like the picture. Wait, does that look like the picture in the book? Hold on. The picture looks like this. How do I orient myself to make it look like that? There we go. I think that's it. Slightly different field of view, but I think that means we got it right. Now, how do I use this thing? It says pipes things into... Let's start by reading the quest book. There's less text here. Pipe metal dust into the top of the thing, yada, 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 with a cylinder. I guess I'll use the minerals that come from the next quest here. So it says pipe all these into the top of your mineral cabinet. Probably just one at a time for now. Does that use up durability on... It does use up durability on the cylinder. I assume if I put a cylinder there, it'll pipe it in as it can. And then we put this in here. No recipe selected. So select BAM. And incomplete recipe. What do those numbers mean? What is PPC? Parts per... well, looks like it doesn't... Oh, I didn't put fuel in here. So... Is there a way to make it RF mode? Let's read about the power station next. It says that fuel is generated by giving it something burnable or by converting from external RF by applying an induction heating interface to the fuel slot. So let's do that. Never mind, the heating thing requires either nichrome or Kanthal, and I think we have to make nichrome or Kanthal in this thing first. So let's just use burnable fuel. There we go. So that produces fuel, I guess. We can turn it into an RF generator, but I don't care for that. Anyways, now that we did this thing... Activation. No, incomplete recipe. Is it telling me there's not enough? Let's say there's none of these things in there. Let's put another magnesium in. What did that piece of magnesium do? Nothing as far as I can tell. Oh wait, no, it goes into here. I see. So then in order to make... Oh, we made a BAM ingot. Aha! Hilarious. Why did it only make one? I guess because now we're out of aluminum. So I suppose each aluminum dust we put in gives us a certain amount of it. We have 24 out of 100. If I put in 2, it goes up to 224. So it's 100 points per. And then a little bit of it is consumed. I see. So each dust you put in gives 100 PPC. I still don't know what C stands for. Parts per cubic inch? Cubic centimeter? I don't know. But basically it's saying it takes 76% of an aluminum dust, 15% of a magnesium dust, 3% each of boron, lithium, and silicon dusts, and a lot of time. When we make speed upgrades for it, it would be a rock counting speed. Oh, there's a lot of speed upgrades. We could definitely make at least some of these. But anyways, that makes our BAM ingots. Bam. We get 8 from the quest reward. Alright, I'm just going to drop off all these dusts. I don't really care about being efficient. The cabinet's actually quite fast if you just shift click the item in, so you don't have to insert via pipe. Cool. So anyways, this will gradually make us some number of BAM ingots. We're going to be limited by how much aluminum we have, I think. Is there an easy way to see? No, there's no easy way to see how much we have from here, I think. Oh well. Now that we have these ingots, next step is to make the nuclear craft casings. So... Oh boy. I need graphite for this. I still haven't quite figured out how to make graphite. We can grinder pulverized coal for graphite. Alright, I guess that's how we make it for now. Or crusher pulverized coal. Looks like we're going to need this BAM stuff in no small quantities. It's used for the chassis here. It's 18 scaffolding per chassis. So each scaffolding, if we do it with this recipe, is what? 3 plus 1.5, so 4.5, 9 ingots per machine chassis. That's not that bad, I guess, because almost everything that goes into here is extremely low quantity. Like the boron, lithium, and silicon are basically 0. It's just like an ingot of, or yeah, it's an aluminum magnesium alloy, and aluminum's pretty plentiful. So I was pretty hesitant to get into the rock hounding stuff at first because it definitely felt a little overwhelming. Gotta say, the way they break it down in the book is pretty good. So now that we've done it, we can reward ourselves with just a couple of these nuclear craft chassis. They still are pretty expensive, the ingots that go into them. I mean, everything's kind of expensive right now because I don't have automated ore mining of any sort yet. But just a lot of stuff goes into them, so it's a lot of processing steps. And for now, I have the mats to make 2 chassis with some leftovers. But with 2 of them, we can then another one. The fine reward. Take that. Next step is to make the rock crusher. It wants us to make an igneous extruder. Oh, we can make the igneous extruder. Nice. I was about to say this normally takes a machine frame, but it was changed to be a device frame. All right, so this is a way to make rhodochrosite. I believe we feed granite in and then get rhodochrosite, sulfur, and villamite out. The sulfur is actually nice. The sulfur here goes into making what's it called? Steel, if needed. I'm a little curious. How much energy does the igneous extruder use? 100. That's not too bad. So set it on. It was granite that we wanted, right? I'm even gonna put a upgrade in it. I mean, I guess that does make it use more power, but whatever. 200 R, no big deal. Give it a bucket of water, a bucket of lava. As far as I know, it doesn't consume either. It does consume the water. I lied. Is there an augment for igneous extruders that makes it not consume the water? Yes, there is. Do I have? I killed a blizz? Maybe not. Dang it. Also, I don't know why this copper gear recipe exists. I didn't think it did earlier. But, all right. I guess I have to go find a blizz. I think I've seen them spawn on this mountain here, but every time I come over here, this dragon harasses me. So we're gonna teach him a lesson. It's gonna put him out of his misery real quick. This glider. I think I'm shooting my glider half the time. All right, there we go. Now he won't harass me anymore. Alright, now she won't harass me anymore. 547 hit points. A lot of hit points. I think now that we're in tier 5, H5, or whatever, we can make the dragon forges and get some pretty good, like the dragonfire ingots or whatever are pretty good resources for like making tools and armor out of. Maybe we should do that at some point. Not strictly required, so it'll be a bit off the beaten path, but it'd be fun. You have to tame a dragon for that, or you don't have to. It would be a lot easier if we did. All right, let's loot their horde and then see if we can find a blizz around here somewhere. Horde looting brought to you by Storage Scanner, so we don't miss any chests. Also, that horde really sucked. All right, blizzes, where are you? When I don't want to find you guys, like I'm just here to go to the altar, you're sniping me from halfway across the map. When I'm looking for you, you're nowhere to be seen. A classic. Can't for the life of me find a blizz. So we'll go with the backup plan. And that is just pump a lot of water into the igneous extruder. The lava is still not consumed, so we don't have to worry about that. But if we just link these and then need a compass to set that one side to extract. Extract. The sink provides an infinite water source, basically 2.1 million millibuckets per tick, and that all gets jammed into the igneous extruder because the fluid laser can move infinite amounts of fluids. So this quite quickly makes granite, and in fact it's way faster than this machine can hope to crush it. So upgrading it to hardened was probably not necessary. But anyways, this will crush it into the 3 of those, and then I'll probably just dump it all into a set of drawers. And then I want this rock crusher to run until we have to choose which of the 3 materials to act, like when it backstuffs to block it. I think I'll run until rhodochrosite backstuffs. So this is a rhodochrosite slot. We'll leave that be. This one we will avoid access, and this one we will avoid access. It's always rhodochrosite, sulfur, or villamite, or whatever order is shown here. So anyways, here we have it. Now we don't need void upgrades in the drawers. So once we get applied to Engine 6, we just slap a storage bus on the drawer controller, and bam, we have a rhodochrosite. Alright, pick up a piece, complete the quest, gives me granite. Great. Right after making infinite granite, you give me a stack of it. I couldn't be happier. Anyways, that's used to make manganese. So, looks like manganese is another alloy? Target shape? What? No, that's something totally different. After you smelt this ingot, oh, okay. What do we smelt? Wait, where do I get manganese dust from? What? Manganese comes from one of the rock crusher outputs, right? Is Villamite just manganese when you smelt it? No. Oh, rhodochrosite. That's probably why we're getting rhodochrosite. So it's smelt into manganese dioxide. Or into manganese oxide. But it's still manganese oxide. How do I get manganese? Reading the quest book helps. So step 1, smelt it. Step 2, arc furnace it. Yeah, step 2, I guess we could blast furnace, but step 3, blast furnace it. And that gets rid of the oxygen that's on it. Alright, so may as well just take all we have. I should get a electric furnace too. I'm still been using my diamond furnace here, which is fine because I can just time in a bottle it, but I mean, electric one would be better. I've also discovered that if you time in a bottle this block on the arc furnace, it speeds up. I don't have much power generation, so like I can't time the bottle more than once usually, but with more power we can just hit. It's the block right behind the faucet, which is good to know. Time in a bottle is a powerful tool. So anyways, last step, run you through here. Good, and once again, time in a bottle. We get manganese ingots. All right, quest complete. Next are Kanthal Coils. Right click on the, yep. You make carbon plates by pressing yada yada yada. So I have to add aluminum into, oh boy, that's a lot of stuff. There's no other way to make Kanthal? Nope, we have to use the metal alloy. To make that carbon that goes into the Kanthal, I need a lot of charcoal. And you know the easiest way to get charcoal is to hit trees with a shovel. Proof right here. Conveniently enough, when we select Kanthal in the metal alloy, it tells us what we're missing. So manganese and carbon are used in tiny amounts. So 32 ingots of, or 32 carbon dust there lasts effectively forever. I imagine manganese is similar. What's left? We need iron and chromium. I have some iron. Chromium is a difficult one to get for now. There's not really an easy way to get it, except this quest reward gives us 8 of it. So I'm taking those. There are some other ways to get this. I think that we can electrolyze ruby, but we have to make it dust. Oh boy. We can ore leach iron ore to get a 0.6. I mean, 0.6 chrome per iron is actually a pretty good deal, but we have to make like 6 different chemicals for that. There's probably a rock hounding method to make chromium out of you have to like analyze the uninspected minerals. There's a lot of work that goes into it, but the easy way, as I mentioned, is just take the quest reward. So I'm going to take the quest reward, give it the last bit of the aluminum, and we should be good to make a number of Kanthal ingots. Go. I've also made a speed upgrade, but the real speed upgrade is a time in a bottle. So that gives us, I need 8 to get started. 7, 8. That's going to be a quest complete. No, I want the Kanthal Coils. Alright, so then we just do the thing. I don't know, does this only make 2? Yeah, it only makes 2 coils. Alright, give me more than. For a total of 4 coils. And then these coils can be placed onto the blast furnace. So you, I don't remember the exact number we were at before. It was like 1500, give or take, right? Probably 1520. We're not 2020 heat. So the coils have increased the heat of our blast furnace to the point where we can process platinum. So platinum, I have 2 ores apparently. Good. Is there some way I can, well, if I just throw it in the blast furnace, I just get 2 ingots. Okay. So I mean, I guess we'll start with the 2 we have. Blast furnace it up. Oh boy, why is everything so catastrophically slow? But that makes platinum ingots. And I think we can use this to make a platinum pickaxe set. Is that tier 5? That is. We'll put that on our pickaxe. I never ended up making that void pickaxe, so my pickaxe is still level 4. And now that we have a level 5 pickaxe, it can go mine in the deep dark, the beneath, whatever, and produce, like, get more platinum ore. I don't even know how I got 2 of them. Platinum is tier 5 mining level, isn't it? No, platinum's tier 4. Never mind. That's probably how I got it. All right, so make the pickaxe head, swap it out. Now, I am still fortified. Oh, I guess I didn't necessarily need the pickaxe head, huh? Does that actually make it a faster? Oh, it gives us global traveler. Oh, we don't really need global traveler. It is a faster miner. All right, fine. But I need the sharpening kit. Hey, would you look at that? The game gave me a platinum sharpening kit. So then we can combine that with a piece of flint. That's how we do it. Oh, that's the ingot. And now, level 5 mining. Excellent. So, the Emmy Controllers next. Oh no, 1 advanced machine frame each? You're killing me, Smalls. Well, I stand by my statement that it'll be easier and faster to loot the casings and to try to make them. So I'm gonna fly around to the nether a bit to find the fortresses. I think that's the best way to get them for now. I brought with me some tools to speed this along a little bit. So a scanner to locate chests. This will highlight the chests for me. A storage scanner to loot them remotely. At least the items I'm allowed to remote loot. And I guess that's it. A storage tablet to hold the stuff I've looted. So by going through this, hopefully we can come up with a couple of can you stop setting me on fire? Hopefully we can come up with a couple of the advanced machine frames. I think if I have like 4, that's probably just about enough to get started with. Here's 1. Here's 2 more. Wow, we got 3 already. See, this is so much easier than trying to craft them. Another 1. And not another 1. 1 more. Like, I'm getting 1 every minute? Maybe? Nah, probably even faster than that. Way better than if I try to craft them. Anyways, once we get applied energistics though, and we can auto craft, excuse me, then crafting them probably takes over again. What's this? Looks like a pirate ship. Toto? Can't mine it. Like a dude. There's chests under here though. A whole bunch of disappointment. Wait, what's that? Bacon. This ultimately has proven successful beyond my wildest imaginations when we started. So all in all, about 15 minutes worth of work. I gave up 17 machine frames, and I mean that's not even counting like there's a really good, 3.5. It's a pretty good capacitor. 3.1. You know, we can combine some of these capacitors to get really good ones. There's a bunch of these like cyclic charms and stuff, which may or may not be useful to some degree. But yeah, great way to get advanced machine frames. And on that note, let's wrap things up for today. We'll be back next time to make the Emmy controller, now made easy by having a lot of machine frames. So anyways, I'm gonna have to go mining for some platinum, but I'll probably do that between episodes. I'll just go visit the Deep Dark. Although there's a lot of other stuff left too. We're not quite ready to making it, but we're getting closer. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.